Let's go. All right, let's see. Get in here, everybody, get in here. Get in here, everybody, get in here. It's time for a legendary show. Yes. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. By the way, we changed the emojis because you guys are now all stars. So we have dropped the bells and bombs, and we have gotten a new emoji, okay? The emojis are going to be, oh, can I search? Let me see. Star. Let me see. Y'all need to know. It's like the shimmer, yeah, the shimmer star, yes. Hold on. I don't know if they have it on there. Oh, let me do it right here. Because I got it on my, let me see, because I got the emojis on here. Let me do it for y'all. Just so y'all can see it in the comments. And then we're going to get into the commentary. Okay, so these are going to be our new emojis, y'all. Okay, period. I love these. All right. Let's get into this Wendy Williams debacle, okay? First of all, can I just say that, okay, get me out of here. Get me out of this. I want to get out of that. Hold on, let me see. Let me pop out of this. Listen, y'all, I'm doing those things. I want y'all to know how they go. Okay, so look. Give me 2 seconds. You know what it gives. All right, so listen. So the Wendy Williams documentary, Where is Wendy Williams? First of all, can I just say that I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. The documentary was everything. I loved it. I was entertained. Now, I'm saddened though, because Wendy Williams, to see her in that state is just not, it's just not a place that I really want to see her in. When you watch somebody that you really, really love and you really, really look up to, Wendy Williams is one of those people for me. She's literally like my number one idol, favorite celebrity, indoor. Like I literally was like, ran home from the studio, sat down, ate my dinner, made a mocktail, and sat there and watched it and like just watching. Like, and when you watch it, like there's a little bit of you when you're watching the documentary. I don't know about it for you, but for me, there's a little bit of that where you're just like, you're hoping that you can find a glimpse of hope, right? You're searching for the infinite amount of like, there she is. I see her. She's better. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm watching it with the hopes of finding like she could be better. You know what I mean? Because and unfortunately, I couldn't find the consistency. I would find it where I would be watching, I would like, I see Wendy. And then she would go back. Then I'd be like, you know what? There is something wrong. Because Wendy did such a great job for all of the years that she had been on television, masking all of the issues that were at hand, and so things would be going awry in the tabloids and in the media, and she would come on her show every day like nothing was happening. So then you would almost forget as a viewer that was even a thing. You would just think, it's all lies and fabrications. Meanwhile, it's real shit going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? But let's just get into it. Wendy Williams is a mess. Wendy Williams is an alcoholic. Wendy Williams is a drunk. Wendy Williams is very mean. Really rich and really mean. I want to talk about her for a minute. Now, I really wasn't too surprised by her behavior. I was really gagging. But if you really know Wendy Williams, then you know that she's always been a peculiar type personality, right? So she's always been a little bit self-centered, self-absorbed, narcissistic, and arrogant. But that is what we liked about her, right? And a lot of things that we also liked is the fact that she didn't care to have friends. She didn't care to have friends. She didn't care to have relationships with people because she felt like this is my job and, screw you. But until everything came crashing down. See, I feel like Wendy Williams didn't care about friends because she had a husband. Kelvin was the reason why I personally feel as though she was okay with the idea of not having friends and not having support. Because she would always talk about getting up in the morning, getting up at 5 a.m., driving across the bridge, from New Jersey, going to New York, going to do the show, and then getting back in her car and going back across the bridge and, looking out her window. That was her life for a long time. Until it wasn't. Until, Kelvin went and had the baby with Sharina. And I personally feel as though, yes, we do have to blame Wendy Williams, but Kelvin Hunter single-handedly, in my opinion, destroyed Wendy Williams. And he will be the death of her. Because while I believe that Wendy Williams definitely is 100% an alcoholic, I believe that it was even more induced when she lost him. I believe Wendy Williams relied heavily on the support of her husband. You know what I mean? This was her backbone. Once this was taken away from her, she was done. Granted, he may have been a bad guy, a cheater, a liar, and all of these things, but he kept Wendy Williams on the straight and narrow. She respected him and she listened to him and he made sure she was right. Once she lost him, she flipped back into addiction. He definitely did a number on her. It's no shade. He did a nasty number on Wendy Williams. And he will be the death of her. Now, getting back to it. So I'm watching this and I'm trying to figure out, how do I feel about the conservatorship, the money, and all of these things? Because we see Wendy talking about she don't have the money, this, that, and the third. But then she has this team around her. She has the manager around her, Will, which I believe Will, if you ask me, Will is a sweet guy. Will just trying to get paid. Will is a little bit delusional, and Will lie. Is he lying to Wendy? No, but he will lie to the public because he's trying to wait for the big payoff. The big payoff is the podcast deal. The big payoff is whatever is going to give her that big check to say, yes, she can come back to work. They know something. They knew about the aphasia and the dementia back then. They knew about this in 2020. Let's be very clear, okay? Because word on the curb was Kelvin Hunter, when Kelvin Hunter and Booth went to the doctor, they found out that she had the dementia. Then they didn't tell her. That was back in like 2021, 2022. So anyway, so they knew about the health conditions. They just didn't comment on it. But I believe that he was trying to, really see maybe if she can stop doing the drinking, she can get back on the show, even though mentally she's kind of here and there, but it seems like it's the liquor. So I believe that he is the one that kind of like, listen, you can't drink right now. I don't really care if you drink, but you can't drink because it's affecting the money. We need you to get well enough. We need people to perceive you well enough so that you can have access to your accounts, so that you can get a talk show again, get a podcast. Because, they also talked about in the documentary how, at some point they didn't even know if when Wendy Williams ended up going to Miami and disappearing, they thought she was literally dying when she went off for a while. So at this point, the network had to say, listen, we can't bring Wendy Williams back. We have to cancel that show. It was pretty messed up though, because she didn't even know that they had canceled the show. She found out through the internet. And that they had replaced it with Sherry Shepherd. If I was Sherry Shepherd, I wouldn't even have wanted to be in there, because I immediately looked at that and I was like, I can't stand Sherry Shepherd. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even her fault, but it just made me not like her, because I'm like, damn, is that how they did Wendy? And then didn't even give her the proper send-off. You just canceled the show. So it just goes to show you that the Deadmar Mercury, they didn't play fair at all. They did some very, very nasty work. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But anyway, back to Will. Will seems cool, but Will seems like, He really don't have that much control over Wendy. And he's just, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell is he managing? She's sitting at home bored. So did he manage just the process of the documentary? Because Wendy Williams doesn't do anything but smoke that vape, lay in the bed, curse people out, and drink. And then they maybe take her out once a day for a meal. What a horrible life. To have all that money and nobody wants to be around you unless they're getting paid. And that's another thing she talked about. She was so sad because she's sitting there, bored. Literally bored. And I'm just sitting there gagging. She's sitting there in the bed looking like a ghost, looking like death on earth. And I'm just like, wow, is it really worth it? Was the career really worth it to end up with no money and no friends, but all fame? Sitting there with somebody controlling your money and going back to the conservatorship, I'm just like confused as to, what this actually means, because it's like, well, she don't have no money, but she always has liquor. So in my mind, the conservatorship, they don't give a damn about Wendy Williams. They just trying to make sure that nobody in the family is taking her money. But they'll pay for the liquor and pay her bills and pay for everybody around her, but they're keeping her liquored up. And I'm sure they're getting their payment. If I'm Will and I'm having to deal with Wendy, I deserve my payment. People saying that the people around her is just getting paid. If I'm that driver, you better pay me a pretty coin. I'm that manager, you better pay me. And let me tell you something. If I'm this woman right here, I want all the money. What this woman had to endure is just complete, utter disrespect. She done called this woman stupid, told this woman, you need lipo, told this woman that she needs to call this woman fat, told her she needs to go get something that, just go get out of my face and go order something that's just going to go make you fatter. Talks to her like a piece of shit and a dog. You damn right I'm there for the money. I ain't there because I like you, ho. Please. So anybody saying that she, first of all, you can't tell. I don't know how many one of us, let's just be real, will sit there and endure the talking to that Wendy gave her. This lady needs a raise. So she ain't even getting paid enough, if you ask me. Okay? We talking about people in it for the money. Ain't enough money in the world for this hoe to be talking to me like that. Because Wendy would have got crucified, especially when she sat on that couch and told me I needed lipo when her feet looking at me like this. And they was all 50 shades of gray. Bitch, please. You sitting up there talking about me, disrespecting me like that with your fucking nasty ass feet in my face like that? Girl, please. You gonna pay me. You gonna pay me for sure. You gonna definitely pay me. I don't give a what nobody say. You gonna pay me. She deserves a raise. She deserves a raise for sure. Now, Wendy is not right. It's very clear. But the sad part is Wendy brought this on herself. This is alcohol-induced dementia. It's very clear. It's very, 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 very clear. This dementia has been brought on by alcohol. She's going to kill herself because she will not stop drinking because she's so depressed. See, it goes to show you that she never really was able to deal with the death of her mother because she was on TV. You know, she really yearned for friends, but she wanted fame more. She had an estranged relationship with her son because she always worked. The husband cheated on her, had a baby in public. She's got the eye bulging. She's got the feet. She's already had an addictive personality. She let go of the blow and ended up with the drink and the smoke. And now she's all alone. This is a nasty this is a nasty story, child. This is a crazy end, but it makes sense. Now, I want to talk about DJ Booth. DJ Booth popped up on the scene. This was interesting. I was gagging that DJ Booth was in the scene because DJ Booth was the DJ, the resident DJ. And if you remember, DJ Booth and Wendy Williams are really, really cool. Now, the word on the curb is, little birdies come and they fly and they talk to you and say whatever. Word on the curb, this is all allegedly. But word on the curb is, Dead by Mercury they were doing a little bit of a cleaning of a house. Okay. And so once they got rid of Kelvin Hunter, they got rid of DJ Booth too, because DJ Booth was one of the last people that cared about her. Allegedly, apparently, what I've been hearing is that the network didn't even really care about Wendy Williams. They wanted Wendy Williams in New York, which makes sense because the nephew went on there and said when Wendy Williams was in Miami at the with family or going through the rehab facility, they wanted her back in New York at a rehab facility so she can go back to work. So my point is, I had heard that they wanted her, Dead by Mercury wanted her back in New York because they didn't really give a shit if that woman died on TV. They needed her in that seat on that chair. They wanted those ratings. They needed that show to go on. DJ Booth was going to become a problem. Also, apparently, Wendy Williams was so drunk one day that, she pulled out her titties and was playing with her pussy in front of DJ Booth. Sexually harassed him. Okay? Now, a producer was there. DJ Booth was there. The network knows about it. That's why they also had to get rid of DJ Booth, because he was starting to know too much and he knew about her mental health issues. Apparently, DJ Booth has not been able to speak about it. And now, if you remember in the interview, he didn't talk about what happened at the apartment. And he said that he left because it wasn't the Wendy that he knew. Well, apparently he got fired. Remember, DJ Booth was upset. And he kept doing all the subliminals online about the truth coming out. But that's because he was mad at the network. And then, allegedly, ended up settling with a hefty payment amount. So now he has to keep quiet about actually what had happened because, he got paid off because Wendy was still on the air at that time when she had sexually harassed him. And pulled out her pussy. And pulled out her titties. And was rubbing it and saying, me. And as erratic as she acts, I believe she did that. At the beginning of the documentary, she was ready to pull out her titties. Now, allegedly, apparently, they said that, he got anywhere between $250, $275, maybe close to $300,000 to keep quiet as a payoff. This is what I heard. I don't know. Allegedly, they said, apparently, he got paid off. I don't know. So this is what the streets are saying. So that's why he's not really talking. That's why I was surprised to see him in the documentary, because I'm like, oh, what is he about to say? Because he can't really talk too much because he signed, sealed, and delivered and has been paid. No shade. But, look, you see how my phone starts going on? No, but seriously. So yeah, and that was by the network. The network wanted that to go away quietly. So, it was interesting because remember, DJ Booth was very upset that he had been replaced and had been fired. And then she had brought in Sus One. And then she had cut Booth off and acted as if Booth was not her friend anymore. Then, remember, she had cut off her manager, Bernie. And this was her longtime manager. She just one day wanted nothing to do with Bernie. And like all these people were like the greatest people in her lives. And then she just cut them off. Now remember, Bernie got cut off when she found out that Sherry Shepherd was getting the show. So then she was cleaning house. Then that's when we got Will, because we don't really know much about Will or where Will came from. We know Bernie. She always talked about Bernie. She loved Bernie, but I think she got so depressed after the Sherry Shepherd debacle, it ended up going awry. But then, however, she had felt some type of way because Bernie then privately tried to become her legal guardian. Now, this is, again, where I get confused with the guardianship, because the guardianship confuses me, because I'm like, okay, so how does she have $15,000 sitting around in a separate account option, and then she has liquor and she's able to go and do this and do that, but her family's not able to see her? To me, it feels like the guardianship doesn't really care about her. They just want to make sure the family doesn't get the money. And here's the thing. I don't believe that they are keeping her away from the family all the way. These are 2 points here. Let's start with, the family. Little Kevin had a $120,000 birthday party, spent $100,000 on Uber Eats. What are you eating $100,000 of Uber Eats for? And $80,000 in rent. That's already $300,000 a month that Wendy Williams is paying for one person. So that's probably just him. Then Wanda, then the niece and that. So if she's mentally not well and that credit card is going out like that, the family is getting paid. Not to mention she's risking running around New York and LA with, young men for clout. Remember, she was dating a 27-year-old guy, faking like that was her boyfriend and stuff. So, it's interesting. Now, when the court won the guardianship, they asked her, did she want the son to come with her? And she said no. She said she wanted a Whopper and liquor. So I don't believe that Wendy Williams really wants the family involved, because the family does not enable her to drink. None of them want her to drink, so she doesn't want the family involved. It's not a matter of, oh, well, they're taking her away from the family. She's not talking to the family. This woman's not talking to them because she doesn't want to hear them tell her not to drink. The family is not allowing her to drink. However, they are allowing her to spend. But everybody's allowing her to spend. Let's just call a thing a thing. You're spending the money somewhere. However, if I'm gonna spend the money, if I'm an addict, I'm gonna at least want to spend the money and drink my drink. I don't want to spend my money and you smoking your and drinking your drink, and I'm just spending my money. Now, granted, you're killing yourself, but at the end of the day, she's spending her money and she's getting drunk. Kevin is not allowing her to drink. Her aunt Wanda, her sister Wanda's not allowing her to drink. They're micromanaging her over there, and she does not want to deal with that. She wants to drink. So it's not about, to me, the guardian and the conservatorship keeping her away from the family. She don't want to be around them because there's no liquor. There's no liquor. There's no liquor. There's no liquor. I don't want to go over there. I'm bored over there too. All they want to do is spend my money, and I got to watch them drink and smoke. Because his lips is black to the mother, and so was his lips. So I know they over there smoking it down. So I got to watch everybody else get high on my dime. Hell, I want to get high too. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like for me. So that's that part. That's why I'm like, because I'm still not understanding the money all the way. But it just feels as though Wendy is stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know what I mean? Your money's either going to be tied up here or, you're going to be spending money over here on the family and you can't drink. But I think she'd rather the money be tied up. The sad part is I feel like she'd rather be over here with the money tied up as long as she has access to the alcohol. And I don't feel like the guardian or the caretakers really give two shits about her. They just want to make sure that nobody in the family is spending her money, but they'll spend her money on her getting the liquor, because how the hell does she keep getting liquor? How is she getting plane tickets to go to L.A.? She's doing what she wants to do. How is she flying to L.A. with no money? How does she stay with liquor with no money? Who's buying the liquor? Who's grabbing the booze? John. Now, what else was I going to say? It's really sad, though. It's really, really sad to watch. Watching her go home, not remembering anything. But here's the thing. I feel like she goes in and out of like being herself and remembering and being coherent. And then she starts drinking. And now that I see what she's got going on, Wendy is just really rich and famous with nothing to do. She's literally a prisoner in her own head and life. To be one of the most famous people in the world and to be sitting up isolated away from the world with nothing to do, no plan, no nothing. She just a bar full of health issues, sitting around drunk and bug-eyed with dementia. That is crazy. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. It's really sad. And so to me, I personally feel as though, it's really clear what's going on here. She's an addict. She's a drunk. She's an alcoholic. And she's already had an addictive personality. Kelvin Hunter having the baby, because she knew Sharina was around, him having the baby on her losing her mother, and not being able to cope because she had to go to work. Remember, Wendy would just... See, this is one thing I'll say about Wendy. Even in the dementia, is so crazy and so eerie because she snaps in and out of it. She's always still in character. So she'll answer what she wants to answer, and then she'll answer, she won't. Then she'll talk in Wendy code, and she's still performing, even with the dementia. I'm like, this woman is going to be like this until the end. This was always her goal. She is the epitome of like, and what I love about her and respect about her, she just says, I wanted Hollywood. I wanted to be famous. Like, she is the epitome of like, bitch, I saw, well, if selling my soul was a thing, to me, this is what it looks like. Because for the story to end the way that it has, this could not be of anything other than the devil, darkness. It has to be. You have 14 years, or I mean, it's a 30-year career of highs, all for it to be snatched away without a proper send-off, replaced, and you don't even know it. You're passing out on stage. Your husband has a side chick on you. Your mother dies. The son is estranged. Your feet are twisted and gray. Your eyes are bulging out of your head. You can't walk. You can't eat. You're drunk. Your wig is falling off. You can't remember shit. And then the worst part. All the 20 to 30 and 40 million dollars you made is gone. Ain't that about a bitch? Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. If you look at it like that, this is really messed up. This is not fair. I see somebody in the comments say it was all for nothing. All for nothing. Because what you've lost it all. You had everything to now have literally not even your money, not even your son, your family, and you slowly lost it all. All you have now is a vape and a bed and a slew of disease and addiction. Shit. My God. This is crazy. Wow. And she can't even remember. And the sad part is one day, and this is the kicker, even past the money, damn it. One day we will look up and Wendy Williams won't even remember her name. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. I just got chills out of my, that is crazy. Like, really let that sink in. You've had all of this, and one day you've lost it all, and one day you will wake up and not remember nothing. You won't even remember your name. Bitch, that's crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, so let me do let's see if we can take a couple calls. Let me see if Blog Talk is working today. I want to see if it's working. Let's see if it's working today, y'all. See what y'all talking about. Okay, this is crazy. Wow, wow, wow. This is not funny. Wow. To not remember your name is crazy. Let's see. Let us see. Are we working
Welcome
today?
to Blog Talk Radio.
Let's get it going.
To start your show now.
Your show is scheduled to start in 36 seconds.
Hold on.
We are sorry, but we are experiencing a problem with our system. Please try your
What?
call again later.
No, there's somebody in the queue.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Let me see. I have somebody in the queue.
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello?
Blog Talk Radio.
0086, you're live on the air. Hello? I can't hear nothing. Uh-oh. What's going on? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Somebody else calling. Maybe they're not ready. Oh, they hung up. Let me see. Come, look now, look. Hold on.
Welcome to Blog Talk
Why
Radio.
This thing be trying to, y'all. It ain't me. It's this system. 8153?
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, talk to me.
Good. You know, Armon, you made a really good point, but can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. One of the things I want to say is great job on what you've been doing, but I wanted to make a very important point from a academic standpoint.
Okay.
You should never put all of your money in the same location. And I think that's one of the things that also has affected Wendy as it relates to the to them actually managing her money.
So what do you think about? I am.
Okay.
So what do you think about the conservatorship and I'm so confused on this.
You know, it is confusing, but what happens is she had all of her money in one location, and the bank has a legal right and a responsibility that if they see something that looks not right, to report it. You know, if you look at us as individuals within the community and people that bank and do whatever, if you go on a trip and something's going on with your account that's not right, what do we want to happen? We want that bank to stop it. So they can't say who it is or pinpoint it. What they're saying is in the best interest of our consumer, we have identified that something is incorrect. So they had no choice but to do what they did. But, Armon, I want the listening audience to know from an academic and educational standpoint, you never put all of your money in one destination. Because had she been smart and liquidated that money and had some money maybe in a Chase or some money over in a credit union, it would have never gotten to that point.
But at the same time, does she need it? Because let's be clear, Wendy with all of her money could be a mess.
That's a good point as well. But you know what? I think you said it so eloquently and so beautifully. Armon, it comes down, and I think that we all should take heed. We've gotten to a point of a society where we want to make people gods. We want to worship them because they have a platform, and I won't get much deeper than that. We need to be paying more attention to ourselves and how we live in, because now we are starting to see no matter how high the throne you're on, within a blink of an eye, that can change.
Wow.
So we just have to be very careful. This is a moment in time. You know, we used to be able to move and say, okay, we're going to do this weekend, or we're going to make this decision, or we're going to do that. I think this is a moment in time where we have to be very conscientious on what type of decisions we make and how we're moving.
I agree.
And the other thing I want to tell you, Armon, one of the things I admire about you is we have too many people now that want to be twins of other people. There's no originality anymore. So because she looks like that, I have to look like that too.
Yeah.
Because he's looking like that, I need to look like that too. Until we get back to the grassroots of understanding who we are as individuals and respecting our own presence, it's going to get worse. And as they said, things will continue to unfold. Originality, prayer, and being respectful to yourself and stop making other people gods is the way we need to go. The documentary to me was a message to all of us.
That's so crazy that you said that, because my mom told me this today. She was like, it was so crazy. She was like, Armon, no matter what you do, and I was like, okay, mama, because I'm like trying to go get some food, and she's like, don't let nobody make you no idol. Don't let nobody make you a celebrity. Don't accept it, because God, what happens is he has to kill the celebrities and the idols. And he has to destroy them because people make you their idol. He said, do not allow any man to praise you. You just do your job, but do not let anybody make you their idol, because you will be destroyed. I'm like, girl, I cannot take all this right now.
You know what? And I think your mother gave you the greatest message. And I think, you know what I think? I think that was a reiteration for you, because I think that you've been able to discover that. When I saw you go on the Fox Soul platform, one of the things that I was so proud about is that you went as you. And there were times where they would have other opinions, but you stood true to you. And if we can stay true to us, it will all happen for us. So just keep being you. Stay close to your family. Do your job, do it well, and don't compare yourself to nobody. You just be you. And
all right, thank you. I got to take some more calls, boo. Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a couple more. We're going to get up out of here. All right, 9429, you live on the air.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? Talk to me.
Hi. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe I'm on here. Armon,
you're on here, baby. Let's go. Why, it's working.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. I just wanted to say I agree completely with the last caller. Watching this documentary tonight was so jarring for me because I grew up with an alcoholic parent, and Wendy's behavior tonight is exactly what I experienced growing up. I think that the people that are around her that are yes people, like her manager, Will, I think he made a great point, because what exactly is he managing? Like, let's talk about that for a second.
She's not doing anything.
Exactly. And so I feel like Wendy's she's just a damaged soul who's attracted to people like Kelvin that are rough around the edges. I don't know what that is. It might just be like a her thing, but this documentary tonight was really triggering. I had to sit back during the commercials, and I was like, I don't know if I can continue to watch this. I don't know if I'm going to watch tomorrow's, but yeah, it's a lot. So I really still don't understand the money part either, and I don't know why they're keeping her away from her son, but the behavior makes sense that she doesn't want to be near her family because, like I said, with the alcoholic parent, they know that that's an environment where that behavior is not tolerated, and they don't want to be around it. And that's exactly what that's exactly what she's doing. She doesn't want to be around her family.
No.
Voluntarily, she doesn't, because she knows it's an environment where that's not allowed. And so as long as she keeps these yes people around her that will buy the vape like her assistant Wendy did that, will get the bottles, because how is she able to get bottles?
That's what I want to know. Where's the liquor coming from? That's the problem.
Exactly.
What is the point of the conservatorship or the guardian or the medical people if the liquor's always there?
Exactly. And so, I don't know. I think this is just the start of the end. And as sad as it is to say it, it's the truth.
And I want
I would have
everybody to
never
know
expected
that
it.
I feel like, I was looking up causes of dementia. Alcohol is a cause of dementia.
Yeah.
So this is
yeah.
an alcohol-induced dementia
Right.
for sure.
And like, exactly. And I don't want to put blame on one specific person just because I know Wendy. She's an adult. She's a grown woman, But I do think that Kelvin Sr. definitely did ignite this crash out that we're witnessing. Hands down.
Absolutely.
She put all of her eggs in one basket in depending on him, building him up. And as soon as he showed her that, what he did, cheating, all that, infidelity, all of that came crashing down. Like, the one thing I remember Wendy always said was, she will never stick by her significant other, her partner, if
he had
step
a
out
baby.
with a child, right, with a child. So that's exactly what happened, and her crash out.
But my
from
thing
there,
when it comes
so.
to Wendy in that, it's like Wendy is so sharp, very clever, very witty. She knows how to navigate through conversations very quickly. She knows if I want to say this, I want to say that. She knows how to keep people at, arm's length if need be or not. So my thing is with the Kelvin Hunter situation, like that was her Achilles heel because as strong as she was, she made herself very vulnerable and weak when it came to him.
Exactly. It's almost ironic.
Yeah.
It's eerie. It's really, really, really triggering.
But then it's also like she goes in and out of the Wendy Williams show persona when she's on the thing. Like she goes like into this, this peculiar personality that we know. She goes into this weird shit and then she goes back to, the dementia, cursing everybody out. And then she goes into, I'm taking pictures and okay. And, the Wendy Williams that we know. It's just so crazy.
It's so weird.
But to be fair though, before the dementia, she's already a little loony. But then you add dementia on top of that. Now we've got a nutcase.
It's multi-layered now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
She definitely has always been a performer. She's always put on for the cameras. She's made that no secret. But adding the dementia, adding the alcoholism, just adding everything else,
Wait. I wanted to let's mention that real quick because you said something that I was thinking about too. Now, what if I feel like this is her, but like what if a little bit of this overly being disrespectful and going all out, maybe a little bit of this was for the cameras. I feel like a little bit of this could have been for the cameras.
I think so too. But I think with the dementia, it's so hard to tell because it's a completely different person. It might be them physically, but it's not them there all the way mentally. And I think people have to understand that when they're watching this, that's not Wendy.
No.
That's the dementia kicking in, and she has no control over what she might be saying. Like I don't think if Wendy was in her right mind, would have ever told anyone like her assistant, you need to get lipo. You need to do this, you need to do that. But it's the dementia.
Then she told the nail artist, she told the nail lady, what are you doing? Are you stupid?
She called her stupid. Yeah.
Are you stupid?
Yeah.
She's young. She'll learn. Are you stupid? Wow. Thank you, love.
And like
I'm going to take some more calls.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye. Okay. 3661, you're live on the air. Hello? Okay, not ready. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's read some of our super chats over here. Okay. Shout out to a new member, Jalen. Welcome to Behind the Scenes. Angela Marie says, you are amazing. Thank you. You are amazing. Thank you. Latrice says, who's buying the liquor? Who's buying the booze? Laughing my ass off. Claudia says, let's see. Claudia says, you are on point with everything. Thank you. No, Claudia says, Armon, you are funny and 100% right. Thank you. Kalista Allen says, you are on point with everything. Latrice Taylor with another super chat. Shout out to you. I love her. Preach, Armon moves to the beat. Armon moves to the beat of his own drum. Yes, guys. We have got into some things tonight. Is this microphone better? I really was trying to do my cordless. Maybe I'll use that for my interviews and stuff, and then my other kind of content. But maybe when I come on here and do these, I'll use it for this. And when I do my other videos, I'll use the cordless. Because it feels like you guys can hear me louder. But I just liked it. I didn't like this because it's black. So I'll probably have to try to find a white one now. But anyway, that's just me being annoying. But yeah, so we will be back to discuss this again tomorrow. Yeah, child. It's a mess. I have some announcements for you next week. And if you're in the LA area, I have an announcement for you as well. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we're going to get into some things. I love y'all all. Until next time, keep that same energy. And I'll see you soon. All right. And if you didn't get on here, remember you can always super chat your way to the top, and we'll get into some things at another time. All right. So we'll be back tomorrow with part 2.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
And
Goodbye.
I will talk to you